right, here's the question. Will crypto save us from inflation? Let's find out. Those of you that directly still compare the stock market, commodity market to crypto, this message is for you guys. This is not just another asset class. My name is Otto Gomes. I've been in the crypto industry for almost a decade. And if you're still hesitant on crypto and you still truly believe that the current system that you're in is the way, then maybe you need to listen to the rest of this video and find out why crypto is saving us from that centralized system's inflationary plan? Let's find out. So, will crypto protect you from inflation? Well, here are 6 points that I've come up with that I believe can really give you the answer that you're looking for. So let's find out. All right. The US has been steadily inflating your money for decades at a 2 to 3% inflation rate every single year. Okay, and that's not even accounting the last 2 years. The last 2 years, we've had a steady increase of 7 to 10% per year. What is going on, people? Seriously. Well, there's an answer to that. It's that system is broken. That system was deliberately created to facilitate the few to take from the many. We introduce a third party, a third object into the middle of bartering. It allows that. It allows it easily for the few, the little that recognize it, to take from the many. Okay. Now we've seen this inflation happening all over. We've seen gas prices going up. We've seen food prices going up, and now real estate. Just in the last, I'm going to say 10 months or so, real estate has almost tripled in some states. You look at Arizona, you look at Texas, you look at Florida. It's actually cheaper to live in Hawaii right now than it is to live in any of those states. So something's happening here. Something's happening. I know initially, I think there was like this flood of people that were leaving. It was like this exodus that happened, that they were leaving certain states because of political reasons. But now we're seeing this steady increase, a steady inflation across the board. And I believe that we haven't even started that path of inflation that we're really going to start to feel. When we really start to feel it, that's when it's too late. And I think it's really happening. This is like literally the beginning of it. And the next year or two, we're going to really see the writing on the wall, at least feel the writing on the wall. I'm seeing the writing on the wall, but we're going to feel it. We're going to feel it hard. At the same time, right? At the same exact time, Bitcoin has been deflating. So let's just talk about Bitcoin specifically, okay? Bitcoin has a steady deflation rate of 50% every 4 years. So every 4 years, the amount of Bitcoin that is being minted or being taken out of the protocol gets cut in half. And that's not even counting the fact that it's finite. We have a finite system, a finite number of Bitcoins that exist. We're talking 21 million coins, guys. How many people exist in the world? Billions? Billions upon billions? And 21 million coins? No, but here's another little tidbit that most people don't know about Bitcoin, is that not only is it deflationary, not only is it finite, but in the beginning, there were a lot of people that didn't know what they were doing. That added to the scarcity that already exists in the Bitcoin ecosystem. So right now, there's a little over 2 million or a little under 2 million coins that are left to be mined out of the protocol. Now, because of the deflation rate that's cutting at 50% every 4 years, that amount of time that it's going to take to mint it all out, it's over 100 years. You have to take those variables into account. When you look at the inflation rate of fiat, of dollars, to the deflation rate of Bitcoin, what's going on here, guys? When you look at that, you see this gap, this massive gap starting to get wider and wider and wider every single day. Somebody actually did the math here and they looked at that rate. They looked at the rate of deflation to Bitcoin and to the rate of inflation to USD. They actually did a whole chart and figured out the math problem. And based on those findings, there's a date, May 2029. 2029. Right now it's April 2022. That means we have technically 7 years left before essentially what is going to happen is that there will be no amount of Bitcoin that you can trade for any amount of dollars for it to be worth it. That means that the dollar will be so worthless that you won't even be able to trade one Satoshi. One Satoshi is 8 decimal points past the zero of one Bitcoin. So you have one Bitcoin and then you have 1.0000. There's 8 decimal points. So the last decimal point it's a 1, it's a Satoshi. That's one Satoshi. So they're saying that by 2029, you won't be able to trade that one to any amount of money, millions, billions of dollars, because it's going to be just paper. So I think by that point, it'll be a whole different world, whole different system. But we're really going to we're already starting the process right now. We're really going to feel it in about 2 years. I'd say 1.5 to 2 years. We're really going to feel that hyperinflation hit. And if you're not currently right now holding or moving yourself into the crypto space, then this is the time. If you are hearing this message, it is on purpose. It is because you were meant to hear me. You were meant to listen to these words so that you can start to make the adjustment. This is new information. This is big information. And this is big claims. I know. But I got to this point through my research, through looking at the numbers, through looking at the writing on the wall and not just denying that it exists. When we start to deny the existence of new facts, that's called cognitive dissonance. Okay, guys, don't let yourself get into a position to having cognitive dissonance where you're getting new information, but because your belief and the hope and the loyalty to that old system is so strong that you can't let it go, you'll be stuck with that old system. That correlation rate between the inflation to the deflation rate of both sides, it's very obvious. I'll even try to post here the image of that chart so you can see. And you can see where we're at. We're actually curving up right now. We're right on that curve. We're about to blast off to that next level. So the question really is, okay, this is the real question. It's not about, is crypto going to save me from inflation or not? It definitely is. It definitely is going to save you from inflation. That's not the point here. Because the old system that's dying, they recognize this. They see that old system is not working anymore and they need to jump to this new system, to the blockchain decentralized way. And so they're going to be creating their own chains, their own little systems. They're going to be creating their own veils, right? Their own veils that you need to pierce through to then access the blockchain. And through that, there's control, there's tracing, tracking, all of that stuff. So the real question here is, are you onboarding onto a sovereign chain or onto a blockchain version of the same old system? That's really what you have to look at. It's going to take discernment. It's going to take research. It's going to take really putting yourself into the space to then recognize the differences, the feelings, the connecting the dots. That's on you guys. You need to be able to do that yourself. Because if you're presented with a situation where you can't rely on someone else to give you the answers or to give you the path, then you have to figure it out. You have to figure it out. And we're at a point right now where it's survival of the digital fittest. Where if you don't have the basic computer knowledge and basic computer skills, it's going to be very difficult to survive moving forward on a system, on a world, a reality that was meant and created to be dependent on it. When you're dependent on systems, you're not relying on yourself. You're relying on them. Well, at any moment, they can go, cook. No more food for you. No more water for you. So there's all these little things that we need to start to become aware of. And crypto really is just the first step. It's the first step because once we take back financial sovereignty and really take back our that energy that we've created over years and put it back in our control, you're now able to finally take a breath because you're out of that system. You're in this new one. And now the steps forward are, okay, what can I do with this? How can I make this money work for me and not just be allowing the third-party banks to use it against you? So we really have to discern. We really have to look at ourselves and see what is the real intention for me going into the crypto space. Is it for making a quick buck? Or is it because I'm trying to get away from centralized systems? Is it because I'm looking for escapism into the metaverse? Or is it because I'm using the metaverse to compound on real life so we can connect to each other, find each other, and then connect in real life? Intention of coming into the space is really what's going to help you survive inflation. It's not just crypto. Crypto, yes, it will. But if you're not using discernment in the crypto space, you'll fall to the same old traps. The same old people using different names, different faces, different mechanisms that look new and feel different and feel safe and sovereign and glamorize. But it's the same tricks. It's the same traps. So discernment in the space is crucial. It's not if crypto helped me from inflation. It will. It's what am I doing in the space to support that? What am I doing in the crypto space to help me survive inflation, which is coming? Point is this. Point is, it's all about the weight of our worth. It all boils down to that, really. Worth. Do you have self-worth? Or is your worth come from inside you, or does your worth come from external sources? If your worth comes from external sources, then you're going to need more of that external thing to validate, to fill the void where the worth resides, right? Where you reside your worth. So the only way to have an abundance of worth is by letting go of the external stuff and really looking inwards towards yourself. Is the worth already inside you? Awareness of where it resides peels back the layers of limitations to then see the possibilities and opportunities that exist in the crypto space. Opportunities that will save you from anything that is centralized, especially inflation. Don't just look at it as an opportunity to make money. This is not just another asset class. This is a paradigm shift away from all those centralized systems to new decentralized ones where you now have the power to create worth. So that's it, guys. So to summarize, inflation is happening. Inflation is coming. It's really going to be on us individually to look at inflation in the eyes, look at these things, these centralized systems in the eyes and say, you know what? I'm good. I don't need you guys anymore. I have this whole new system here that I can use. It's going to take some time for me to, learn and discern, and I'm going to struggle a little bit, but there's communities. There's other people that have been through it. This guy. And I can rely on these people. I can ask questions. I can see the potential by allowing myself to let go of the past, let go of the old systems to then take on these new ones. That's how you're going to save yourself from inflation. All right, guys, I love you so much. If you loved what you watched and you want to get more information about crypto and go on this journey with me and learn about the space and what's happening, then make sure you smash that subscribe button on the bottom. You follow me on YouTube, follow on Twitter, on Instagram for sure, at Otto Gomes, TikTok, all the good stuff. And always remember to gamify your abundance. Love you guys. Peace out.